Hello all. Well, today we're going to head into Photoshop Elements again, and we're going to have a look at this photo of a fisherman on a lake, and we're going to look at adjustment layers and to see how we can improve this photo without actually destroying the pixels in the photo. So we're going to duplicate firstly that background layer, and you'll see it's come up in the layers panel. We've turned off the original background so that we can always see it after in its original version. Now what I've found with this photo is that it's a little bit grey and washed out, and it's a little bit crooked. So I think I would like to straighten that up by using the little curved arrows, move it around a little bit, and then pull the corners out to fill the frame again. I'll say yes to that. I'll tick it, and that will give the changes to that. Next I will crop, and there's the crop tool. Elements decides this is what I should do, but that's not what I want, so I'm going to rearrange it. I'm going to bring in this side a little. I'd like that tree there, and I'd like to get rid of the foliage at the bottom. And when I'm happy with that, I'll say yes by clicking the tick. So now we're ready to go to the adjustment layers, and we move up to, there's an icon at the top above our background layer, and it's a circle divided in half, one black, one white, or one blue, one white, just above here. I click on that and it gives me a series of options, and I'm going to look at levels first to see if I can do something about this grey background. So when I click on that, notice in the panels here, the layer panels, I get the levels adjustments, and so I click on that, and then this little levels window pops up. You can fiddle with it all you like, adjust it until you're happy with it, or you could try the auto, and I rather like the auto because it gives me some depth of colour in those trees. So I'll just say yes to that and commit it, and then I'll go up to my adjustment panel again and pick the next one down. That's my brightness and contrast, making sure I've clicked on the white square, so I can scroll this backwards and forwards in the contrast until I'm happy. Now I don't want it too bright and washed out, so I'll commit to that. The third one is hue and saturation, in other words colour. So I'm going to have a look at the greens here and see if I should just bring those up a notch. So I'll get the saturation slider and just move that up a little bit without being obnoxious, and I think that will do, and say OK. So there's our adjusted picture, and you'll see the eyes here. You can see all those, and I can turn them off or on whenever I want, but there is a shortcut. So if I click and hold I'll turn them back on for you. If I click, hold and drag through the layers, it turns them all off at once. Just if you've got 20 or 30 layers, it could be very handy. So here's our non-adjusted picture without those layers. You haven't damaged the photo at all, but you've got all your adjustment layers. I hope that all makes sense to you. There's the original picture. I'll turn off our adjusted one. You can see how it moves. Now, if you want to save this not as a PSD file, a Photoshop document, you can save it as a JPEG. Just go up to your File menu and down to Save As, and then instead of Photoshop here, save it as a JPEG. And you can just choose that. It will automatically flatten the layers and make it able to be sent anywhere. I won't do that at the moment. If you want to save with layers, leave the Photoshop and keep it as that. So I hope you enjoy that and have a little try at those adjustment layers in Photoshop Elements or Photoshop, and just try adjusting your photos. Thanks.